You walk into a sports bar on game night. The menu has two options. Traditional wings, $12.99 for 10 pieces. Boneless wings, $9.99 for 12. You order the boneless. They arrive 6 minutes later, golden brown, tossed in buffalo sauce, stacked on a plate with celery and ranch. You pick one up, no bone, no cartilage, no gristle, just tender chicken coated in crispy breading and sauce. You assume it came from a different part of the wing, something deboned in the kitchen. But here is something that might surprise you. That boneless wing never touched a wing. It is a piece of chicken breast, breaded like a nugget, fried in the same oil, and sold under a name that tells you what it is not. Restaurants pay $3 less per pound for the raw material. The entire category was invented in 2003 by a single chain trying to solve a pricing crisis. And despite the name, boneless wings are not wings at all. They are chicken breast pieces engineered to look, taste, and cost less than the real thing. How did a rebranded chicken nugget become one of the most ordered bar foods in America? How are they made in factories at a scale large enough to supply every Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's, and sports bar in the country? And why does the industry fight so hard to keep calling them wings? In 1964, Teresa Bellissimo stood behind the bar at the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, New York. Her son Dominic and his friends walked in late on a Friday night, hungry. She deep-fried chicken wings, a part of the bird most restaurants threw away, tossed them in hot sauce and butter, and served them with celery and blue cheese. The customers loved them. By the 1980s, buffalo wings were a national phenomenon. In 1982, two college friends, Jim Disbrow and Scott Lowry, opened Buffalo Wild Wings and Weck in Columbus, Ohio. The wings were the hit. By the early 2000s, the chain had expanded to over 200 locations. Wing prices began to climb. In 2003, wholesale chicken wing prices hit $1.20 per pound, up from 70 cents the year before. Restaurants were paying more for wings than for chicken breasts, even though breasts had 4 times the usable meat. Buffalo Wild Wings had a problem. Demand for wings was rising. Prices were rising faster. Every chicken only has 2 wings. You cannot breed a chicken with more wings. You cannot stretch the supply. The company needed a way to offer the wing experience without relying on actual wings. The solution was already in the freezer aisle: chicken nuggets. But you cannot put chicken nuggets on a sports bar menu next to buffalo wings and expect customers to pay $9 for a basket. The industry needed a new name. In 2003, Buffalo Wild Wings began testing boneless wings. The product was simple. Take chicken breast, cut it into pieces roughly the size of a wing drumette, bread it, fry it, toss it in wing sauce, serve it with celery and ranch. Call it a wing. Charge almost as much as a wing, but pay 60% less for the raw material. The name stuck. Within 2 years, boneless wings appeared on menus across the country. By 2010, they outsold traditional wings at most casual dining chains. By 2020, boneless wings had captured nearly half the market, with 4 out of 10 wing eaters choosing boneless over traditional. The National Chicken Council does not classify boneless wings as wings. The USDA does not recognize the term, but the industry does because the name sells. Boneless Wings started a poultry processing plant. A modern plant processes 15,000 birds per hour on a single production line. The chickens arrive live, are stunned, slaughtered, and bled within 90 seconds. A defeathering machine strips the feathers at a rate of 10,000 birds per hour. The carcasses move to an evisceration line where machines remove organs, heads, and feet. Portioning machines process 150 birds per minute. Circular saws cut each carcass into 8 pieces. For boneless wings, only the breasts matter. Each chicken yields 2 breasts, weighing between 8 and 12 ounces each. The breasts are skinless, boneless, trimmed of fat and connective tissue. A single processing plant can produce 60,000 pounds of chicken breast per hour. The breast meat moves to a chilling station. Carcasses are submerged in water baths held between 0 and 4 degrees Celsius. The core temperature drops below 7 degrees within 4 hours. Some plants use air chilling, where breasts hang in cold rooms at 0 to 2 degrees for 2 to 4 hours. The goal is the same: cool the meat fast enough to slow bacterial growth, but not so fast that it freezes. Frozen meat does not cut cleanly. Once chilled, industrial slicers cut each breast into pieces weighing between 1 and 2 ounces. The size matters. Too small and it looks like popcorn chicken. Too large and it does not fit the wing comparison. The target is roughly 2 inches long, 1 inch wide, thick enough to stay juicy after frying. The pieces move to a coating line. The first step is a pre-dust, a dry mixture of flour, starch, salt, and seasonings. The pre-dust dries the surface so the batter sticks. The meat passes through a curtain of falling powder, roughly 1 millimeter thick. Next comes the batter. The batter is 60% water, 40% flour and starch. The chicken pieces are submerged in a batter bath for 3 to 5 seconds. The batter hydrates on contact with the pre-dust. The pieces then lift out onto a drip grate. Then the breading. The battered pieces pass under a breading applicator, a machine that drops a controlled flow of breadcrumbs onto the moving conveyor. Heavy coatings require multiple passes. Each pass adds 2 to 3 millimeters. The final coating thickness averages between 3 and 8 millimeters. The USDA regulates this step. The total weight of the batter and breading cannot exceed 25% of the finished product. After breading, the pieces fry. Industrial fryers run at 350 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. The chicken pieces drop into the oil and fry for 80 to 120 seconds. This is called par frying. The internal temperature reaches 140 degrees, well below the 165 degrees required for fully cooked chicken. But the outside is crispy, the coating is locked in place, and the product is stable for freezing. The pieces then pass through a flash freezer. The temperature drops to -40 degrees Fahrenheit in under 4 minutes. The boneless wings are packaged and shipped to distributors. A single plant can produce 50,000 pounds of boneless wings per day. That is 400,000 individual pieces. Enough to supply 2,000 restaurants. Restaurants receive the frozen boneless wings in bulk. When an order comes in, the kitchen drops the frozen pieces into a deep fryer at 350 degrees. They fry for 5 to 7 minutes until the internal temperature hits 165 degrees. The coating crisps up. The chicken cooks through. The pieces are tossed in sauce, plated, and served. The customer never sees a raw chicken breast. They see wings. Here is where the story flips. You might look at boneless wings and see a cynical rebrand, a way for restaurants to charge wing prices for chicken breast. And you would be right. But that rebrand solved a real problem. In 2003, chicken wing prices were volatile. Every year, demand spiked during football season. Supply could not keep up. Restaurants faced a choice: raise prices and lose customers, or find an alternative. Boneless wings were the alternative. A single chicken yields 2 wings and 2 breasts. The breasts weigh 4 times as much. The price per pound for breast meat is 30 to 40% lower than wing meat. For a restaurant chain serving millions of wings per year, switching even a fraction of customers to boneless wings saves millions of dollars. But the savings only work if customers accept the product. And they did, because boneless wings are not just a cheaper substitute. They are a better product for a specific customer. No bones means no mess. No cartilage means no gristle. You can eat boneless wings with a fork. You can eat them in a car without napkins. You can serve them to kids without worrying about choking hazards. And for customers who do not care about the ritual of eating wings off the bone, boneless wings are functionally identical. The texture is different, but not worse. Chicken nuggets are made from ground chicken, a slurry of meat, skin, and binders pressed into a mold. Boneless wings are made from whole muscle tissue. When you bite into a boneless wing, you can see the grain of the chicken breast. The fibers pull apart. The texture is closer to a fried chicken tender than a nugget. The coating itself is often better than a traditional wing. Wings are fried with the skin on. The skin renders fat, gets crispy, but can also get soggy under sauce. Boneless wings have a breading designed to stay crispy even when wet. The breadcrumb layer absorbs less sauce than skin. The batter layer underneath acts as a moisture barrier. Critics say boneless wings are not wings. They are right. But the name is not a lie. It is a category. The same way buffalo wings are not from Buffalo. The same way French fries are not from France. Now try this. Next time you are at a sports bar, order both. Traditional wings and boneless wings. Same sauce. Side by side. The traditional wing will have dark meat on the drumette, white meat on the flat. The boneless wing will be uniform, all white meat. Bite into the traditional wing. You will taste the skin, the fat, the char from the fryer. Now bite into the boneless wing. The breading will shatter. The meat will be tender, mild, less fatty. Neither is better. They are different products aimed at different customers. Traditional wings are for people who want the full experience. The ritual, the bone, the mess. Boneless wings are for people who want the flavor without the commitment. The next time someone tells you boneless wings are not real wings, you can agree. They are not. They are chicken breast pieces, breaded and fried to look like wings, taste like wings, and cost less than wings. They were invented to solve a supply crisis. They succeeded because they made wings more accessible. That is the process. We reveal how things actually work, one story at a time. If there is something you would like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.